Away, away, away. You wanna leave me no go far away. Get me on a way into my head. Get me on a way into my head. Away, away, away. You wanna leave me no go far
on your phone and be able to request bike, taxi,
Chemicals are deadly to your engines. So too is the use of the wrong kind of oil. Stop using recycled oil products on the market. Sunoco Premium Super Fleet Engine Oil is now in Liberia. The Premium SAE 50, Premium 15W40 for both gasoline and diesel engines. Once there is an engine, Sunoco has the lubricant. You can now change your engine oil after every 3 to 4 months. Since 1886, Sunoco Oil Company is supplying oil to over 85 different countries around the world. With Sunoco products, there is no more damage to your engines. Macintosh Incorporated, a Liberian company located on Weaver Street, AB Talbot Road in Painesville, is the sole importer and country distributor of Sunoco and other U.S. lubricant brands. Call cell numbers 0880-535-508, 0777-677-633. That's your quality assurance.
Hello, my name is Winfred Russell, and I'm running for mayor of Brooklyn Park. With my vision of one Brooklyn Park, I will continue to drive to build a city that works for every resident. It is essential to safeguard our community in ways that reflect the wants and needs of all. Brooklyn Park must be guided by its residents, business leaders, and other stakeholders who invest in its success. I want more community input to help inform critical decisions, such as how the city should approach public safety, affordable housing, public health, and economic development. My goal in the next 4 years as your mayor will be to connect the dots between our hopes for the city's future and being a good steward of public resources. You see, vision can come from many places, but smart cities realize that engaging their community members in the city governance process leads to better answers and deeper public ownership of their future. Under my leadership, Brooklyn Park will become second to none, so our peers can look to us for best practices, innovation, and inspiration. So rather than working towards benchmarks, we will become the benchmark. So for an experience you can trust, vote Russell for mayor. You can vote now at the Brooklyn Park City Hall or on Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th. Thank you.
Richard, why are you looking so down?
I just broke up with a long-term partner, newly single and looking to meet somebody new.
Liberians Connect.net connects single Liberians in the diaspora and Liberians in Liberia for love, friendship, dating, and marriage. Liberians Connect.net is a membership-only website. You will not only connect with single Liberians, but also with singles of other nationalities who want to date Liberians. A private link will be emailed or WhatsApp to you where you can download the app to use on your smartphone for easier access. Take advantage of the promotional membership package from now until December 31st, 2022. The platform is free. Membership fees renew at only $5 a month beginning January 1st, 2023. Liberians Connect.net, private, affordable, secure, connecting single Liberians home and abroad.
Liberians Connect.net, exclusively Liberian.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sailtown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that Sendwave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download Sendwave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. Sendwave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Welcome to the program. Today is Wednesday, the 12th day of October 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:32. The time in Delaware is 6:32. Good morning, Boga.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners in Liberia and out of Liberia. We are back here this morning to provide you wonderful information about our country and the world at large. It's good to be here with you, Costa.
It's good to be here. Good to be here. What's going on in town, Boga?
Well, for this morning, Facebook is becoming flooded with the appearance of JMB on a local radio station, which is Truth FM. And,
that show has ended now. That interview.
Yeah, so and he says
what are some of the
things
things JMB said? Because I didn't watch it. I was thinking.
I didn't go choose all of them, but I can just let me run to what he said that he's going to prosecute people that condescend involved into corruption. And he said all of
people from which administration?
Those from previous administration, not
okay,
just
so we're talking people from this government. He's going to prosecute them.
Yeah. So according to him, in 100 days time, no car will get stuck in mud. Why going out of time? Which is for me, I think there should be a little debate on that. Probably you may want to make me to understand, but for me, I don't think
he's very ambitious. He's my candidate. I support him, but in 100 days you can't, unfortunately. But I know he's very committed to doing that. I think what he really meant was in 100 days, efforts will begin to ensure that the deplorable state of our roads, the roads in the rural parts, that we begin to tackle that in 100 days. But it will not be completed. But I think he meant that it will begin. Yeah, and JMB is very committed to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he talked about the issue about rice crisis. He said the government, most especially President Weah, should know that the issue about rice, we Liberians have faced this problem, and it have led to a lot of things in our country. So this issue about rice, the government shouldn't play fun with it. They should be serious and make sure that rice is provided for Liberians. He talked about the rice issue, and Uh, according to him, what all he's saying today on the radio, it was George Weah to go on ERBC because this is what George Weah don't like to hear, and he don't speak to the nation. Once somebody don't, all of what he said today on the radio will make George Weah to go and speak on ERBC, and or either go to his church on Sunday and go talk.
Oh, now what Jamie said?
Yeah, that's the only way George Weah can talk. Either you go to ERBC. So just from this appearance this morning, a lot of people have started talking about it on other radio stations and even on the social media now. It's all there. If you're doing this continuously, well, people mind may change because the messages that he will be sending out there, it may, a sedition may become a U-paste. So we hope he continues.
They don't need to join UP. Nobody needs to join UP to support Boaga. I'm not a member of UP, and I don't intend to be a member of UP, but I support Joseph Boaga 100%. Yes, but I was aware of the interview, but of course I was sleeping. The time I wake up, and JMB, he does not disappoint. So I'm not surprised that it was a great interview. I will see where I can find some time to listen to it later on. But yes, that's one of the things he does. Whenever JMB speaks, he provides tons of sound bites. Tons of sound bites. People will be talking about little excerpts, things he said. I think he said something. I saw something on Facebook where he is reported to have said that the government misunderstood his roads agenda, and they're doing something else and thinking that Liberia is Miami and they need to bring Monrovia back or something.
Yeah, they pick up his road and misinterpreted it as Miami, and what he planned to do, they tried doing it, but they just can't get it. They just can't get it. Yeah,
that's very good. That's very good. Like I said, I will find time to listen to it. I've been very busy with schoolwork. It's not easy. Now I've got 2 papers to do, 1 PowerPoint presentation. Well, 3. I have an oral presentation for my discussion board for my criminological theory class. Then I've got a PowerPoint presentation for my criminological theory. That's 2. That completes that. And then I've got one presentation for my other class, technology for modern policing, and that class finally closes on Saturday. We have to go in on Saturday and do that presentation. And then we're done. Well, folks, good morning and welcome. It's good to hear you. It's good to have you all here and talk to you as usual. It's a beautiful day from my end here in beautiful Delaware. And I know it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Just being alive is a beautiful day. That makes it a beautiful day. That's what it is. Beautiful, beautiful day. Yesterday, Boaga, I saw pictures of on Rosalind Swakobo Dennis's Facebook page, and representative from District Number 4, Montserrat County, who happens to be a member of my party, the ALP. I saw on Facebook where I believe she was a member of this entourage. Herself, Speaker Buffer Chambers, and other lawmakers. They had gone to do a tour of of the various rice warehouses, and they visited some of their offices as well. They went to Fuani Brothers. They went to SWAT. SWAT, by the way, is a company that brought the rice from the Ivory Coast. They say the rice is white rice, right? What kind of rice is it?
No, I haven't seen some yet. Okay. I think it's white.
But the rice that you guys got from the office, what kind of rice is it?
That's the that's not the white rice.
Papa.
But yeah, it's the parboiled rice.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so they went around. They said they were visiting rice importers and rice warehouses and stuff like that. Telling people, oh, we need to you make sure that the people have enough rice in the market and all that kind of that. Locally, man, so low. Okay, where were they when people were suffering about right now? They're going around to people talking about we have to see to make sure the people right. You care about the people. Y'all can buy your Uncle Ben from the supermarket. Let me tell you about that. Uncle Ben never ran out of supply. The Uncle Ben rice that is sold in the small packets in the supermarket,
Yeah.
they never ran out. And you know why they never ran out?
Expensive just for bourgeoisie.
I don't want the people see it. They don't see rest yet.
Oh,
How you gonna see
but
that thing you say you see rest?
but
Small
because
pack for I don't know how much.
because I read like looking at that way, they said before you move on the road, you go eat PPR everything finish. So like man, can focus on that thing.
My man, rest man. The rest are good rest. I'm trying to change the rice that I eat now. I'm trying to eat the basmati rice. Is healthier than the parboil. Is lower in terms of starch. Doesn't have as much starch in it as does the regular parboil. Because I love parboil. I grew up eating parboil rice. And so that's what I like. But the basmati is better, and it's healthier. So that's what I want to start trying to eat now. Because I'm trying to be fit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, a Baga ain't got to worry about weight, but Baga does not get fat. Baga, when you go.
My man, I going to the gym soon. I'm jealous. I need to hit the
Baga
gym.
never gets fat. Easy, but when I was Baga's age, I wasn't as big. I was, yeah. So Baga, that way until you reach my age, I don't even know whether you can get fat. 10, something to 40. I don't know what a Baga can get fat. But
I will remain a direct,
my man, if you longer you remain a Dylan. My man, Dylan can't get fat, my man. What? And you know how they can say some people they make a fat job now, they make it fat. Is it oil? Like the way the job thing, our man, what it is, Ellis Tyler. Ellis Tyler, the former speaker, the man used to be talking, you hear the man talking, tell a robot, the cyborg or the robot battery sport. They make us fat. So, but our man Dylan, that guy get blessed with good genes. But I think it's in his family.
Yeah, I saw a brother too.
Dylan
Similar
brother.
thing.
I think Edward, my good friend Edward, all of them, all the guys, my man, they can't get fat. They just look good. I tell you, I saw Dylan the other night. I look at the guy and talking, my man. What? Why I can look at the guy, my man? They got can get fat.
But you don't say you want to go to the
I think that the Basel gene. I mean, how does he Basel really fat? Basel can be looking like kind of with 30 pounds, tight. Yeah. You see Cummings? I think Cummings can go to the gym. But Cummings too he can get fat. Cummings look always good.
Kumi went to the gym during the coronavirus time. He saw the man muscle when they make him from I don't know like the state when they put him on a quarantine. They make him out. The man
As muscle. The man muscle look like your own muscle. No, but actually, I think Alice Cummings maintains a fitness, routine because he looks good. To be honest, he really does look good. I've seen pictures of him wearing. I mean, most of the things he wears, they fit him well. Very firmly, but he looks good. But you see, another thing is, when you're too tall, look at a guy like me. I'm 6'3". I'm a very tall guy. So I think they think they're chasing us. We the top people, but the short people they can hardly get fat. Except Mele Tyler, Mele Tyler, Mele what it is John Mama.
Yeah,
You
he's
remember John Mama?
Yeah, he's gonna near the Capitol building, man. I just
forgot. Representative John Mama. I'm a man who really measured that time. Man, he's talking about ready about. I'm a what? You say I'm short. Have you stood next to me? I'm 6'3". I'm not your average height guy. I'm very tall. You know, most often when people meet me for the first time, they're like, "Oh, Costa, we didn't think you were tall. We thought you were a short guy, you know, because you're always sitting when you do the show." Yes, I'm a very tall guy. I'm not the average height person. I'm 6'3". You know, it's a blessing, you know. Whatever height you got, your blessing. That's what God gave you. But I am a tall guy, you know. Yeah. The other man say in no means, say, I just to disagree with Costa, you got to say something when I make sense. I would know myself. Then he say, I'm not tall. It's a 6'3" guy shot. There's no way a guy who is 6'3" can be shot. Anyway, but you know, I want to say this, right? It's funny. The lawmakers never said a word, Buckeye, when Liberian people were struggling to find a staple food. We never heard them saying anything at all. To have seen pictures of Buffer Chambers and some of his colleagues in the House of Representatives talking about visiting rice importers and they're ordering the people around. Look at that kind of nonsense. Ordering the people around. Look, bring more rice. You know, bring more rice. In fact, supply the people more rice, release more rice on the market. That you bring the man rice?
You put him money in the man pocket?
Exactly. That you bring the man rice? That you put money in the man pocket to bring the man rice? Is the poverty man ordering somebody around? You want rice to be in the country? You'll stop giving yourself for the $550 million in the budget for the legislature. Reduce your budget and put money into revitalizing and recapitalizing the agriculture bank so that we can lend money to Liberian business people, to grow Liberian agriculture people, to go to the soil and do mechanized production of rice. That's what they can do at the Ministry of Agriculture. They give me seed rice to people. Go grow rice. It's nonsense. It would never make a difference, Buckeye. You cannot move from being a rice imported, a country that's dependent on imported rice to a self-sufficient rice self-sufficient country by growing your own rice, by giving seed rice and cutlasses and holes to local people to do subsistence farming. It would never work. You need mechanized production of rice. That is what you need. That is the absolutely only way we can move away from importing rice to growing our own rice enough for us to consume. And that policy is ambitious, I know, but no Liberian government has focused on that. We only talk agriculture. We talk. That's all we do. And to be honest with you, I expect the Boaka administration, the soon to be not so distant Boaka administration, to do something about this. You know why? Because Joe Boaka is passionate about agriculture. During his days as LPMC managing director, we know what he did with LPMC. He made it a vibrant entity. LPMC was in its glory days when Joe Boaka headed it. LPMC was providing markets for farmers to sell their produce at premium prices. LPMC built warehouses across the country that they maintained to ensure that the farmers, their produce did not get rotten. And he did a whole lot of things as LPMC boss to support the agriculture sector. When he went on to become Minister of Agriculture, he continued from there. So I have no doubt. One thing I expect from Joe Boaka, he likes to talk about roads, because he's passionate about roads. And Boaka, you cannot overemphasize the need for us to connect all parts of the country. It's very ambitious, it's super expensive, but we need to focus on that. But one of the things I know Joe Biden has to do and will do is that he will pay a serious attention to agriculture because he's passionate about it, because he's got experience in doing it. He knows the people who grow the food. He knows he understands it. So we need to grow our own food. And when people say it, they say like, okay, yeah, let's just go grow our own food now. It is not as easy. Okay, tell Bagay say, okay, let 1,000 acres of land grow rice. Bagay, you don't have the capacity. You need combined harvesters. You need plowers. You need rice mills. You need all kinds of machinery. And that costs millions and millions of dollars. Yeah. That is the only way, Bagay, we can move away from importing $250 million worth of rice a year. Okay? We import $250 million worth of rice a year, according to Ministry of Commerce data. And most of that rice comes from India. Indian rice is what you eat. We've got land, lots of land, fertile land. Land just as arable as the land in India. So why can't we grow our own rice? But the way you want to grow it, my man, the government cannot sit there and say, we encourage Liberian people to go back to the soil. You've heard that stupid talk so many times. It does not work. The government needs to take deliberate, calculative, measured actions in order to incentivize people to grow rice. The first thing you need to do, you need to provide the capital, which is intensive. You're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars. That is the only way you can do it. That's the only way. Mechanized farming. Now with cutlasses and shovels and hoes, it won't work. So for you to grow rice, you will need to reopen the agriculture bank. You will need to recapitalize it, put millions of dollars there incrementally each year from the budget, or you raise it from other sources, and you put it in there and get people to go back to the soil to grow rice across the country. Mechanized agricultural development is the only way out for us. And as we reduce our import of rice, yes, there are a lot of fringe benefits. One of the fringe benefits is that we will be curbing our financial outflows. So the foreign exchange that should be kept in our economy to circulate and help the economy grow, we are actually sending that foreign exchange, that foreign currency abroad to buy rice. Yeah. You see that? So now, one of the problems we have is that we have a big balance of payments problem. When it's a balance of payments in economics, you're talking about we import more than we export.
Yeah.
So we're sending more money out of the country than we are bringing into the country. Because when a nation produces and exports, that nation is increasing its foreign exchange inflow. Yeah. But when a nation imports more than it exports, then that nation, when a nation imports more than it exports, is remitting out of the country, is encouraging, is supporting financial outflows, foreign exchange outflows. But when a nation exports more than it imports, or even if its exports are somewhat in equilibrium with its imports, it's not a bad thing, because every nation imports. What you're doing is that you're bolstering your domestic economy, you're increasing your liquidity within your economic space. You're doing that because rather than exporting all our money out of the country to bring a rice to consume, which affects your balance of payments. Because the balance of payments is, when you look at your books each year, how much do you import? You import way more than you export. And you don't need to do that, because every time you export, all the hundreds of millions of dollars that Liberians from America send and Liberians from other countries send to Liberia to support their family members, they're using that money to send it abroad to purchase rice. All that money goes to India, because that's where 90% of our rice comes from, India. So you send hundreds of millions of dollars a year to support their families, to buy rice to eat. They're sending that money to India to support jobs in the agriculture sector in India. You see that? So what you need to do is to gradually begin to develop a national rice plan. A national rice. That is what you do, Stephen Johnson. You're also going to strengthen your domestic currency, because every time you export, one of the first things you do is that you are causing the value of your domestic currency to be bolstered, because a nation's currency is bolstered, is supported by its exports. When you raise the value of your exports, you are strengthening your domestic currency, which means now your currency can buy a lot more. It will become stronger against the American dollar, which runs parallel with your currency. So we have a chronic balance of payments problem, something we've been having for a long time. And the only way you can correct that is to begin to reduce the amount of imports that you make each year and increase your exports to strengthen your domestic currency, to increase liquidity of US dollar within circulation, within your economy, which is good all around. That is what we need to do. Look, the Liberian economy is a very simplistic economy. It's very simple. It's not sophisticated. You don't have a difficult economy. You don't. It's simple. It's very basic. It's not a sophisticated economy. You're not talking the economy of South Korea or Taiwan or any of those Asian tigers, as they call them. You're talking a basic economy. When you produce, you export, you affect more foreign exchange, you would do a lot. So, it's just simple. It's just simple things. And I'm not even an economist. I am not an economist. I just read stuff. I want to familiarize myself with stuff. That's what you do. But in the process, there are lots of fringe benefits. In the process of growing rice, in order to wean yourself, WEAN, in order to wean yourself off the imported rice, you're going to create jobs. Jobs will be created along all the phases of the production, mechanized production. You will do that. We can do it. We borrow 100 million. 75 million all the time. We borrow that money to do what, Baga? To build roads. When Joe Baga becomes president, I will encourage him to borrow $150 million or $100 million, not to build roads, but to put it in the agricultural bank. Because the government wants to lend through a bank. The government does not want to lend to Liberian farmers directly. So the government can reopen the agricultural bank. With $100 million you borrow, you can take $100 million loan for a small interest, 5%, 4%, and with a 1 year, with a 5-year moratorium. Why can't they give you these loans? Some of these loans come 25-year loans. Can you imagine a loan for 25 years? $150 million for 25 years, and you can have a 6-year moratorium. That means for the first 6 years, or 5 years, or 2 years, or 3 years, depending on the terms of the loan, you will not pay 1 cent. That's a moratorium period. Then, the 5th year or the 6th year, before repayment kicks in. So you can take that kind of money, boy, guy, 4 or 5% interest rate. Imagine banks do that here in America. Banks borrow from one another. Banks do it all over the world. I don't know what they're doing in Liberia, but banks borrow from one another. So we can borrow from a bank abroad. Maybe we can borrow from the Exim Bank of India, from the Exim Bank of China,
Qatar National Bank,
the Africa Exim Bank. We can borrow from the people from Dubai, from Qatar. We can borrow from all over the place. From the Saudi Investment Fund, we can borrow from all over the place. We can take a cheap loan, and put $100 million into the agricultural bank. Then we lend that money, 5 million, 10 million a piece, to 78 different farmers. Can you imagine? And we tell them, what do we want you to do? We will dictate to them as a government what we want them to grow. Because what we did, we just secured a $150 million loan to be repaid in 25 years, and we have a 6-year moratorium, which means for the first 6 years, we don't get to pay a cent. Now, within those 6 years, if we strategically Invest that money in agriculture. Here's what we're going to do. In 6 years, we will be able to reduce our dependence on imported rice by at least 50%. Now, when you're talking reducing rice imports by 50%, you're saving your economy what? You're saving your economy, you are reducing your foreign exchange outflow for rice by 50%. That is about $125 million. $125 million. That's what you're talking about here, Bwakai. This is how you can look. But we borrow money. Don't we borrow money, Bwakai? All the time. Every other month, the government just signed a loan agreement for this. But when have we borrowed money to say, you know what? We need to reopen the agricultural bank, put money in it, and give it to farmers and guide us and provide technical guidance to ensure that they succeed so they grow rice. When do we do that? When do we do that? Amen. When will we have such brilliant leaders? You know, one of the problems we have is that most of our leaders are stupid people. Most Liberian leaders are stupid. They don't think, they're not brilliant, they're not visionary, they don't have bold ideas. Only leaders with bold ideas who can think outside the box would be able to change Liberia's fortunes for the better. Only such leaders. You don't need to take your own money to do that. You borrow money. I go to Bwakai, I borrow $100 million for 25 years. $100 million for 25 years. I have the first 5 years. I don't get to pay back. It's called a moratorium.
Yeah.
Imagine what I can do with $150 million for 5 years. I mean, for 25 years, Bwakai. Imagine that.
Imagine growing rice. Where if you plant within 6 months time, you start to harvest.
My man, most of our people don't think. That's our problem. Most of our leaders are stupid people. It is a truth. And you're wondering, you know what? The proof is right there. What kind of country that's so blessed, yet so poor in all these years? 175 years of existence as an independent republic. We are one of the poorest countries in the world. It is because you've had bad leadership. But trust me, with brilliant, bold, visionary leadership, we can turn Liberia around in 10 years. We can ensure that you will never complain about electricity anymore. We will do a combination of solar and hydropower. Imagine that, Bwakai. We can produce so much electricity in that country that we can make it cheap. And cheap electricity drives production. It drives production. It makes the cost of production lower. And it makes prices lower. Because when the cost of production falls, Bwakai, prices will fall. Then it becomes cheaper to produce. Whatever it is that you produce, it will become cheaper. And as such, you would be incentivized to lower your prices, to make them affordable. That's what cheap electricity does. Cheap electricity also enhances people's quality of life. The benefits, the social benefits, the economic benefits are tremendous when you produce electricity in huge quantity and it is steady and it is reliable. We can fix the problem of electricity in 2 years. Why? In 2 years, you can fix the problem. If you want to do solar, you can do it in 1 year. If you put $25, $30 million in solar, you can build a solar farm that can augment the hydro. So, because the hydro is not steady. When the dry season comes, the water level recedes, and so the generating capacity significantly reduces. But when you invest in solar, you can build a 20, 30, 40, 50 megawatt solar farm in under 12 months. You can do that. It's been done all over the place. Solar takes a significantly shorter period of time to install. I'm talking about industrial solar. I'm not talking about put one solar panels over your roof. You can do that, Bwakai. So in 1 year, we can fix our electricity problem. Nobody will complain about electricity anymore. We can do it in as little as 12 months. A combination of solar and hydro. We can do that. Then we can move on to say, okay, we want to fix the internet. At the same time, simultaneously, we can fix the internet problem because it's major. In this day and age, the internet has become a useful integral tool to facilitate business, local business, and international business. You need the internet to do that. The internet in Liberia is bad. Fiber optic made landfall in Liberia since 2011. Yet we have not been able to improve our internet, our high-speed internet system, so that we can be able to have the same quality of internet as do other countries in the world. And we have the infrastructure. I mean, we have the technology. Fiber optic is there, but you need to build the infrastructure. We realize that our folks at Libtelco do not have the capacity to do that. What do we do, Bugger? We need to contract a company, go enter a public-private partnership with a company that has the capacity, technical and financial resources to take that fiber optic and run with it and ensure that everywhere is connected, Bugger. You have high-speed internet in your country, reliable, affordable electricity in your country, and you improve on the road infrastructure. You build roads, you improve your connectivity, farm-to-market roads, feeder roads, the Costa Highway. Then you begin to develop the agriculture sector, mechanized agriculture. You can produce sugar, you grow sugar cane and produce ethanol that they use in the mix it with vehicles, in gasoline for vehicles. A lot of vehicles around the world run on ethanol-based gasoline or gasoline mixed with ethanol. At almost every gas station in this country, the gas is mixed with 10% ethanol. We could be exporting, I think currently Brazil is the world's largest producer of ethanol. And Brazil is one of the world's largest producers of sugar, if not the world's largest producer of sugar. Brazil exports ethanol to the United States. The United States is one of the world's largest importers of ethanol. They mix with their gasoline. We can produce sugarcane in our country to produce sugar for human consumption and ethanol that we can export to the United States. We can also grow all the palm you're producing, all this oil palm you're producing. What are you producing? We can produce biodiesel from oil palm. We can produce biodiesel from oil palm. We can also use corn. We can produce ethanol from corn. Hey, man. We can produce ethanol from corn. We can produce peanuts. Lots and lots and lots of peanuts. We can grow it. We can add value to some extent. Peanut is used in producing food products as well as cosmetic products. We can make a lot of money from growing peanuts. We can split the country up into regions, and we can say this region will produce mainly peanuts, will produce rice, will produce based on a soil profile analysis, and you can say this other region will produce corn, will produce man, we can do that, Buckeye. I believe we can. But to do that, the kind of leader you need, you don't have it yet. You need, look, you need a very, very bold, visionary leader who will wake up every morning and ensure that their plan is on course, that things are working, implementation. Amen. Amen. It breaks my heart. You can produce, you can create a spur, economic spur all over the country, economic hubs, thousands of jobs in Western Liberia. You can take Bombing, Cape Mount, Bapolu, and that region. You can say to them, you will grow the sugar cane, you will grow the peanuts, you will grow this. You go to the other region, the northern region, Bong County, the West Central Northern region, Nimba, Bong, and Lofa. You can tell them where you wanted to grow. You can go to the southeast. You can tell them, amen, amen. The only way this is going to happen is unless you have a bold, radical visionary leader, one who thinks outside the box. The same mindset of leadership, the same philosophy that has us where we are, cannot take us out of this mess that we're in as a country. So imagine now, you have fixed the problem of electricity in 1 year by doing a large solar farm. You have fixed several small solar farms across the country. So electricity is fine, affordable, steady. You have fixed the issue of the internet, which is important, through a public-private partnership arrangement. Bring the investor. We have the infrastructure, or we have the internet. The technology is there. Fiber optic, the best internet in the world. You can improve that. This is how you run a country. Every morning I wake up, I call the folks up who are working on the internet. How far are you? How much area have you covered? Where are you? When do we meet the target? You develop your goal. You develop milestones. You should tell me that in the next 6 months, we will be here. We will move from point A to point B. In the next 9 months, we will be at this point. In the next 12 months, we'll be at this point. Every time we will do an audit, a performance audit, a milestone audit, to know whether you have attained those milestones that we laid out at the onset of the program. You can do that with electricity. You want to know transmission and distribution. How far are we? Where are we? Oh man, look, sorry, my people. I'm sorry. So fishy people, you vote for. So idiots. All the people you vote for, idiots. It is because you vote for idiots. That's why your country is as backward as it is. Every day you cry, look at our land. The land so fertile. The land rich. When they open their mouths and they tell you all the great things you want to hear. They sing melodious songs to you. We will grow food in our own country. We will do this, we'll do that. But then they become president or they become whatever, they don't do anything. You know why? You know why they don't do anything? Because they never meant it in the first place. Because they don't know how to do it. It takes a lot. Great leaders are not many. They come once in a while in the country. They are not many. The leaders that have changed the nations, radically changed the nations, they're very few. There are not many countries. Look at Paul Kagame. Look at what he did with Rwanda, that little country. Look at what he did with Rwanda. People are coming from all over the world. Rwanda attracts tourists that spend hundreds of millions of dollars in Rwanda each year. Rwanda is doing so freaking well. To change a nation, you need a leader who thinks differently, who is radical. A country such as ours, that is the kind of leader you need to do that. Let me stop here and do a birthday shout out for two very important people. Sister Emma Tule, Mrs. Emma Tule, the wife of my dear brother Momo Tule. Happy birthday to you, Emma. I wish you all the best. Today is your birthday. Take it from your dear husband, Momo Tamba Tule, beautiful Atlanta. May God increase your blessings. May you live to see many, many happy, blessed returns of your birthday, Mrs. Emma Tule. Let me also do this for Uncle E, one of the coolest big brothers I know, Mr. Emmanuel Saki. Uncle E from Minnesota, a fantastic man, a humble man, a decent man, a good husband, a great father, and an awesome grandfather. Uncle E, shout out to you. Take it from me this morning. I love you. We're going to go to the phone lines now and take some calls. You're listening to the Costa Show. This is what we do here. You know, yeah, we got ideas. Oh, there you go.
Hey, Liberian people.
We got plenty of ideas. But you just listen to me, all the things I say, how we can change the country. But does that thing sound like rocket science to you? It sounds impossible?
Very possible.
It's very possible. Very possible. Fiber optic. It been there since 2010. So you're not able to connect it all over for people to get high-speed internet. Why you can't go to that got capacity and say, you know, I can't take the internet from all. You bring the money, we share the profit, run the internet all over the place. Because you got solar panel all over. $30, $40 million can fix your whole electricity problem, especially in Brother County. Why you can go take money, invest it in the solar, build solar farm, ensure that when the hydro not producing enough power, the solar farm is pumping enough power to ensure that electricity is affordable and is reliable. But you can't do that one. That one, I rocket science again. You get the agriculture business here. You can borrow money every day to borrow money to pay road, borrow money to pay road. Or you can borrow money and open the agriculture bank. You put it inside, you lend it to farmer. You provide technical guidance for them to ensure that they succeed, so we can grow rice. In 5 years' time, we're producing 50% of the real eat. Now on a rocket science, that I want to know that I want that. Stupid people. So stupid people voting for.
Yeah, because Liberians too. Saying it like this is one thing, but after you have been given a leadership.
I mean, I'm telling you, look, the only leader that comes in and changes or does not do what he promised is because he does not know.
Okay.
They either don't know it or mean it. Okay. You cannot articulate the kind of vision that I have and have the power and not be able to implement it. Then I mean I did not mean it from the very, very beginning. If you really truly mean it, you will implement it because it is doable. $50 million can fix our electricity problem, can put a huge dent in our electricity problem. A huge dent. Solar power, wind turbines. Well, you got something miles of coastal line. What? 340 or 200 something, right?
365.
No, Bagay, not 365. Bagay, all that wind that's blowing. Do you know how much electricity you can produce from installing wind turbines along the coast? You can produce a lot of electricity just from doing that. Wind turbines. So you can invest in wind turbines. You can invest in solar. 1 megawatt of solar technology is $1 million. 1 megawatt is $1 million. And 1 megawatt can produce 1 million watts of electricity, which is enough to power 5,000 households. 5,000 households. 1 megawatt. And we're talking 5,000 American households. You're talking lots of energy consumption. The average American household uses maybe 5 times more electricity than the average Liberian household. So we're talking, if it is 1 megawatt to 5,000 American households, that means that same 1 megawatt can power 10,000 American households. I mean Liberian households. So if you invest $50 million to produce 50 megawatts, to install a 50 megawatt solar farm, which will not produce 50 megawatts because the efficacy is not 100%. It hovers around 70 to 75%. So a 50 megawatt solar farm will actually produce somewhere around 75% of that. But that's still a lot because solar is not 100%. It's not like hydro. The hydro is 100% efficacy. So if you install 100 megawatt hydro plant, it will produce 100 megawatts of electricity. It is like that. The solar is not like that. It will, so we can do this. We can do this. Hey man, we can do this. Okay, let's go to the lines and take calls.
All right.
Labra Fisi. We are very, very Fisi. We got a big mob. We know nothing. We are Fisi.
077-012-102-86-010-383 102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-888-624171. The ladies line is 088848270. Call and you will be live this morning on the Costa Morning Show. Wherever you are. Let's take our first caller here. Good morning.
Good morning. Brother.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Na Sagi calling from my body, Costa Ongo.
Okay.
You know, when you spend the money, that's the only thing can develop the country, agriculture. And what agriculture will do for us is that it will reduce the population in Monrovia. Because agriculture don't take educated men to work on that farm. You got to be at the head of it, you don't do nothing. After all, you see that they're all right making farm. And agriculture not only right, like what you are saying, you know. I think it will not say for it all over the country. That they think that we eat it, they import it, we will not eat it. We'll go our own right. And let me even another book. I'll ever work on that farm. You see, our women will work.
Okay.
Then the population in Maria will reduce.
All right. Thank you so much. Now take somebody from the WhatsApp number.
Well, to do that, you need a leader that can do that. Unfortunately, you don't have any now.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Buckeye. How are you?
I'm okay. Welcome, Frank Gibson.
Frank Gibson. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk money.
You know, Costa get all the Google idea. Costa get all the best idea for agriculture. But yeah, you do have you 1 acre rice farm. You're waiting to be president for before you can transform the ideas into reality.
Okay, Frank, your government in power. How many acres of land you having already?
For me, I got 10 acres of land with cocoa planted on it. In a few months' time,
Frank, how can I believe that?
Yeah, right. My man, don't get liar, man.
I can send you to Grand Cape Mount County around Medina, and you can go on my farm and to believe.
Okay.
I got 10 acres of land with cocoa planted on it, and it will be used in the next few months.
All right.
But Costa want to be a president first before he can bring the ideas together.
Okay.
Now,
Go get Joey farm.
When he was managing director for FPMC, when he was agriculture minister, and he
okay, Frank.
Joseph Walker was not a president. Yes.
So
where do we have farm?
George, we are on a farm. Say you get 100 acres of land in Great Cape County. Where is George? We are on a farm.
I'm not talking about George. We are
I'm talking about George. We are listen. You have to answer that question.
Yeah.
Where is George? We are farm? That's all.
You have to ask Josh Weir.
No,
I'm talking about my farm. I'm talking about Henry Costa.
Frank, listen. I'm not taking you on the show because
no, but don't distract me.
No, listen. I come in. You talk, Frank. You talk. Let me just talk. You can't tell where Joey are from. Normally, I take you on the show because we want to have diverse view. You are from the opposition. You mean say you are from the CDC and
the ruling party.
Yeah, the ruling party. And people can say we can take people that you're on the show. So I'm only taking you because of that. So can you show us George Weir farm in Liberia?
Broker, you have to ask George Weir where his farm is. I'm talking about Frank Gibson.
You as a supporter. You as a supporter and know every bit and pieces about George Weir. You don't know George Weir farm?
No, man, but you trying to master the game now. You try to master the game. You know, you confuse me.
Tell where George Weir farm is. Steven Jones said George Weir got opium farm. They make a result.
So the man can show me. He's a supporter of George Weir. Good morning.
I'm waiting for join you from my camper this morning.
Welcome.
All right. I want to say kudos to my big brother, Aaron Pedro Costa. What all you said, I receive with you, my brother. These are the kind of leaders that we need in this country. My brother, agriculture. If only you can invest in agriculture in Liberia, there will be no way that Liberia will ever cry on you to say food day, food that. And please, my brother, Aaron Costa, I want you to take care of thorough investigation of the Liberian immigration. So there was super corruption that you're going on there, my brother. I beg you.
Okay, thank you. We'll look into that. Let me say something. And this is why I don't have a farm, Frank Gibson, to answer your question. I'm passionate about agriculture, but not the kind of agriculture our people do. Subsistence farming. They do it because they have to grow food to eat, to feed themselves, and they sell a little bit of it to earn money. But I don't live in a village to own a small rice farm, you know, where the people grow manually. To do a farm that makes an impact, I want to have the resources, the capacity to do mechanized farming. So, Frank Gibson, your mind is the kind of farming I'm talking about that can change the country, that can reduce our dependence on imported rice. I'm talking about mechanized farming. I don't have the money to do mechanized farming. And guess what? You don't eat, the banks in Liberia don't lend to farmers. No, they don't. Maybe only the rubber farmers can get a little bit of money, but other to grow rice, you can't. So the upfront capital investment is huge. You're talking millions of dollars. I don't have it. The day I have millions of dollars, and that day is coming soon, I will invest in that. Hugely, I will. But now I don't have it, Frank. So that's why I don't. But your man Joshua is rich. Y'all say he had 80 million, which we know he didn't have. He's built condominiums all over the place. So he's a wealthy man. Where is his farm? I do not have millions of dollars. That's why I do not have a mechanized farm. But your man, we has a farm. You know? So I don't have millions. I'm not going to go grow rice in the swamp. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. Somebody said I want to start small. I'm sorry. Not everybody should start small. I don't want to grow rice in the swamp. How many of you get backyard garden? I don't want to go grow pepper in the swamp. That's not what I want to do. To make an impact, I want to do it on a bigger scale. And I will. Not only do I intend to do it, I will do it. But I'm not somebody to go grow small rice in a small patch of land in the swamp. Yeah? That's not me. I will not do that one. Now my grandma will do it in the village, and my auntie and uncle will do it in my town. I'm going to go grow small right in the swamp. No. Let's take some calls there.
Oh God. Yeah. Let's take somebody, the comment section on the Facebook Live can be so interesting. Let's take somebody.
Yeah, I'm going to read the comment and join it. Yeah.
Somebody say, George, we are getting cooking found the Jamaica resort. Then once the DJ can say, I play your park and you get high every morning. Good morning.
I tell you.
Good morning. And where joining us from?
My name Abba A. Anderson, the founder of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, are based in the UK.
Welcome.
I just called. Yeah, thank you. I just called on the show today. It's my first time, and I want to say thanks to Mr. Costa, and also thanks to you in studio, and thanks to our many listeners all over Liberia. I have called to add to what Costa have just said regarding the agriculture sector. There have been a lot of funds coming in the country. They are to be able to help the sector to improve. But I am a farmer as well. And based on the constant honor system in Liberia, the agriculture sector has struggled to the point where farmers have forgotten to farm. They are walking into stores to buy an imported rice that is nutritional for the citizen. And all of these are because our system lacks the capacity to support us as farmers. And this is why I call this show to be able to inform the Liberians that we as Liberians needs to rise up and needs to rise up now. The sector is dying. And I would say it is even dead. It only functions for those that will be able to get money in their pockets. The farmers have been left out. I have videos on my Facebook page of constant farmers that have videos that have been interviewed. I have subsequent information on what is going on in the sector. And we as Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union wanting to get farmers across Liberia for us to get together so that we be able to work towards fixing the situation that is unfolding now. Next year, by this time, if we don't start doing anything about it, our people will be buying rice for over $75. And the reason here is that internationally, the money, the prices of things have increased. So definitely it's going to affect them too.
We'll send you invoice here. We'll send you invoice.
Okay, thank you so much. I look forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Let's take some more calls, boy. We got 10 minutes ago.
All right, 0770-102-102-886, 010383555-102-102. So George, we are the making sure the only farm or the only thing George we can show that Roxy. He go and say, "Oh, Roxy, for 4 years, I miss you, Roxy." Good morning.
Good morning, boy guy.
Yep, your name is joining us from.
Petro, good morning, brother. How you doing? This is Oscar Jaikuya from Boro New Town this morning. Thank you, Petro, for your analysis. Petro, you have a good logic. You have a good plan for this country. Someone just attacked you just now concerned about he become president first before he do all those things that you're talking about. How many farms do we have in the country? What a garden we are having in this country, making president in this country. You know, like when people, I don't know. We criticize too much. We criticize too much. All those things you are saying, it makes sense. Yeah, I believe so. Petro, by the grace of God, 2023, if you said Imam Bwaka have to be present for this country, I believe that your logic, as is logic, it will be a good logic to move the country further. I can go for in this country. Yes, he had a fine Greg McCann, he had a fine because he cared about doing it, he had the hand. But as for you, as you just said that you want to start with Ghana because maybe it will not look sufficient. You want to do it larger.
All right, thank you so much. Now take somebody from this angle. Good morning.
And you'll wait very soon. You'll see my phone next year.
Yep, your
next
name is
year,
joining us.
2023. You will see Mechanized farm from Henry Costa.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah, hello, Walker.
Go ahead, you are live. 1 minute, please.
Okay, what I want to say is that our leaders lack incentives and innovation. Once the leader lack those two things, it'll be difficult for them to introduce any new thing. What Costa say is 100% right. Because in America and in the UK, one of the richest people are the farmers. And EU be willing to sponsor Liberia if Liberia is willing to do farming. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me take this other person on the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, my man, you allow me to talk about you. Cut me off. I want to talk about Joseph Walker.
My man, Frank gives you.
We got time for Frank gives you.
Would I be doing it?
Take another call.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is Jason Kwemba, and I'm phoning from the Ralph Yahoo. Let me appreciate Coach Saturday. I think he brought some sense to the district. It will not be so difficult. I have not had opportunity to say with Bwaka, but it appears that Bwaka have listening to you. And I think with you on board and the rest of the other people, it can be achieved. But that's kind of Bwaka taking on the interview today on the tourism. But people begin to argue issue regarding making roads to be accessible. And no vehicle will get stuck in the 700 days and those two or the ambitious and all that. It can be achieved. The way you can do it, let's say local road, for example, as a case study. That entire stretch of road cannot be entirely undeployable. No. The more difficult part of the road that is also inaccessible during the rainy season is that place that you need to tackle. We just need to maybe about 2 or 3 kilometers. You stretch it with 40 stars that whole place, and you continue. When the difficult part of the road, maybe about 3 or 4 sections, and you make a stretch of concrete, you recondition that place, the entire road can be pliable. You got the same space to walk through with quota before you get to the point. Once you begin to do that, obviously a vehicle will not be stopped. But government, more than the current government we have, they just feel that they can just say emotional Sunday, and it's not going to pay a Costa Highway. When you pay the entire Costa Highway, you get that kind of money. That's what the more difficult part of the road that can make the road inaccessible. 40,000. You do a 3 million, 40,000, you go to the next difficult part that can make the road inaccessible. You pay that place 40,000. Okay, you can generate the necessary money and then face the road. I mean, in party. And you know, so it can be achievable. It's not that everybody ambitious plan. It can be achievable when you start to concrete more especially in the most difficult part of the road. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for calling. I'll take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Wakai.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Barry calling on our side. You know, some of us grew up on a farm. We do all our lifestyle on the farm. From the farm, we go to school. From school, we go to the farm. We know how farming is. If the country goes back to the farm, agriculture be available to everybody. I don't think we'll buy parboiled. I was sitting on the farm. That on the war now 1997, I started eating the parboiled rag. And the parboiled is even giving us hard time, but we just had to live with it. So in case thank you very much for taking care of your father from redemption to other hospitals. I think you already know the weight of the country, and you already know the immunity of Joe. How Joe we are taking care of the country. So thank you very much for taking care of your father. I'll call you that day quiet on the radio that redemption is a dead track. But thank you. Your way will improve it. Sunday to the team will take it out. Thank you.
Thank you. Now take Noah Zawu gives on the line. Noah, good morning.
Yeah, Pastor and Bwakai. This is Noah Zawu Gibson here, and I tuning in from a Somalia Drive resident.
Noah, let's talk right after the show. Noah?
Yeah.
Let's talk right after the show, yeah? I'll be expecting your call.
No problem, leader. So, you said all. Because the thing here is, to be honest with you, yesterday I'm so sorry you didn't listen to Truth FM. A student from the agricultural sector from the University of Liberia. That student said something yesterday, Costa, and they share tears. The man said, they who are reading agriculture, the practical is zero. The tractor, whole university, state university, only one tractor there. And the tractor is not even made available to them. They are only using the tractor. The tractor is only being used by the hierarchy of the university. Even they don't even have access to it. When they ask for it, they don't even give it to them. So how would they be practical? So that agriculture, they're reading that, it's just for fun, it's just for formality. So that this thing, when you talk, then people say, Costa condemning the country, you know, the true rice and pepper, that they have cold diluted, that they have undiluted true. The hard core undiluted true, you are laboring this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah Zawu Gibson, for calling in.
The tractor is only being used by the hierarchy.
Okay, let's see if we can take somebody from this end here. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
I am Joe Jana. I call from Kenya. I am a student of Ministries.
Your line isn't good at all, my brother. So let's go back to the WhatsApp number and take somebody from there. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Dogo. I'm calling from Australia. You know, I'll give my little input on what Costa said. I think you have made some great point today. And like you said, the government is not ready. When we look at the budget of the president, it's even more than the entire the entire health budget and the entire agriculture budget. These things show that the country is not ready. We see the Senate budget is in about 50 million, and the vice president budget is even more. So the country is not ready. Like Costa said, until the government itself start to deduct some of these budgets in their higher ranking government officials, reduce some of their budget and start implementing it in the agriculture, we will see nothing. Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. Now take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Walker. Good morning, Costa. How are you?
I'm okay. Your name is joining us from?
My name is Sheikh Khan, and I join you from Cardwell, Corporate Farm around the old police station.
Go ahead. Okay, sorry, we messed up on that caller. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Boga Kamara, and good morning to our leader, Henry Costa.
You know, this is not a line you should be calling on, right?
I know.
Yeah, don't do it again, please. I beg you. Just go ahead, but don't do it again.
Sorry, sir. This is Prince Rahim Sando, and I call from my old resident. Let me first of all say thanks to Henry Costa, our senator in waiting, also Rado County Council 2023.
Go ahead, please.
Let me just
go ahead. You are live. Listen to me through the phone. Just go ahead. You are live on the show.
Yeah. So what our leader is saying, he's 100% on track, and we are going to follow him and that of Joseph Newman Burkhardt come 2023. Let me just say to the people in government and people who are thinking on the other side that come 2023 we are going to defeat them massively in Maserado and the country at large. Thank you ever so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much, Prince. Now take this person. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good morning, Petro. How you doing?
Go ahead.
Morning.
Yeah, this is our leader, Petro Costa. Brother, I just want to say to Petro that he's doing extremely well by talking for the Liberian and talking all of these things. Talking about the agriculture sector, how it should be performed, how it should work, asking someone to work up. But leader to this issue. You should say all of these far things, you would create all of these far to make a way. But the people, the leaders, they're not taking on these things. The only thing the people taking on how to eat money, how to get money, and put it in their pocket and build houses and they get money back, they get them horses. That is the issue. 2023 come, they will come to all again and lie to us. There was an issue that we're not to know about. All their things will try to do another thing.
Okay.
So another issue again, according to the censor again. Do you know that the censor, what we know, censor in Liberia was censors about to come. There's a mobilization that will go on so they educate the people pass around with cars. You know, people understand that censor was also did, but nothing at the time. The only thing it is done right now when you go on the website or lecture, you only see that censor will be conducted on the 24th of October and end on the 7th of November. You see, that is what they're doing. We tell lectures that there's a certain amount, and so yeah, they are taking, they are doing it all the things there.
Okay.
But cheating, nobody knows what the censor will be. They are not educated, they're not informed for nothing.
All right, thank you so much for letting us know about that. There should be a lot of publicity done on the issue about censors in our country. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Anyone joining us from?
Yeah, this is Ross. Good morning. The next coming is Senator Motor County or wherever Costa Show. Yeah, this is Ross. I was introduced to this movement by Honorable Mumu, the critical trustee, the Magic Board of Justice. Henry Costa, I'm one of those who have been fighting for the years that decided to reserve for the Magic Coalition of Democratic Change. I've been using my own time, doing your fault every time I have opportunity to care to my music. I'm doing music business where I can be playing fairy tape and music on full picture. I always say, because Momo did behind me over the years to support you. And I resort to something. I have a movement, I have my colleagues. We are in 3 districts, District 12, District 13, and District 11. So I have my music on, so I can rent it to play up because my children can be playing there. So I always there promoting you because I understand that Maserado County, only one senator we have, which is Honorable Dawah Zero, and the other one is giving all the people of Moto Allocation and Labra. So I'm wholeheartedly want to move in that movement. But at the last time, Bobo took me to your office and I met 1 or 2 persons there. I pray that all your arrival to Liberia, I want to be in the know because I will have my name posted, or just me our t-shirt and our boss will be our normal international airport. I'm really admiring you. I believe in people who speak the truth. It's not about money, but speaking on behalf of the Liberian people and putting all the ills in society because we want to get rid of the power forwardness.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. You have spoken so well. You are a wise young man. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for your support. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. Thank you so much. Together we will change Liberia. We will change the country together, my brother. You know, this country is ours. The future is ours. We will do it together. I want to thank Momo Johnson. He's been working extraordinarily hard, reaching out, bringing good people on board, such as this gentleman who just called. We appreciate you all, and we are humbled and honored by your support. Well, you saw the picture I posted last night. The keke. The man put, I ain't even go in the country, the man said, "Welcome, Costa." The man put it on the back of his keke. I mean, we see these things every day. You know, the motorcycle, keke, people put our name there. This means a lot to me. And then, brother, when people do this, you can't let them down. When they show you all this love, all this support, now you owe them something. You must deliver when they give you the power. You must deliver. You cannot let them down. And that is something that guides me, you know, staying true to myself. Because I don't need to change. I am who I am, and I'm not pretending to be somebody else. I'm not pontificating. I'm Henry Costa. The things I articulate here, the things I espouse here are things that I believe in. So as long as I stay true to myself, it shall be well. It shall be well. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. That much I can say to you. Let's take some more calls there, okay?
Okay, let's take Pajibo from this line. Pajibo, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Baga. I just called this morning. Actually, for me, I think I've been listening to Leader, and then everything that he's saying that is true. But I just telling Leader that I'm doing a text and I'm writing, I'm sending some information. So maybe after the show, then we'll talk. But you still receive the information later.
Okay. Thank you so much. Brother Josephus Padibo, my strong man.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
We are blessed, huh? We are blessed with so many people.
Yep. Good morning. Your name is Johnny us from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name is Johnny us from?
Johnny guys from looking down this morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let me say good morning to the one-time defeated lawmaker.
Go ahead. Who the defeated lawmaker?
Who the one-time defeated lawmaker?
Defeated Kennedy. Costa.
And Jowia was defeated 2 times too. Jowia was defeated before twice.
So Jowia too. How would you call him?
Yeah. Aaron Costa.
Listen. When you can't hear. We need to ask you a question before you
exactly.
How should we call Josh Weah?
Because Josh Weah is president, the president of Liberia.
How many times he contested?
Josh Weah contested 1 time.
When he contested with Winston Tubman, what happened?
No, he contested 1 time.
When he contested with Winston Tubman, what happened?
When he contested 2005 too, ask him.
But I give me the opportunity
to just answer my question. Then we go on. We're not fighting here. We're making.
We are the president of Liberia.
No, listen to me. I ask you a simple question. Just answer. Then we'll move on. When he contested with Winston Tubman, what happened?
But George he was a bad.
In 2005, what happened?
In 2005, also
in 2005, what happened? Hello? Simple question. Hey, bro, listen to me, man. No, listen to me. Just answer the questions. Then we move on. That's what I want. In 2005, what happened in
Just for
2005?
the sake of the listener, the listening public.
No, not for the sake of the listener. Hello. Listen. He said in 2005, what happened?
So in 2005, M. said he won him.
And how should we call him?
Call him one time defeated Kennedy.
Later, bye-bye.
Two time defeated.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so folks, we take more calls. That's just what we do here on the Costa Show. Yeah. Good morning.
You step on the guy.
Yeah, welcome.
My name is Jake Pico Apuin from Panamsville District 11, member of the Council of Petra.
Okay, go ahead.
This morning I listened to Leader SBOC and everything where Leader said this morning, Leader is on course. I think it's time for us to move back to the store. And not just to try to move back to the store, but it's cement farming, but we need to do it at the mechanized skills level.
That is correct.
We need to divide the country into Vision 3. Lebon, Nima, and Lofa, we can use it to produce rice. Grand Bassa, River, to produce either cassava, sugarcane, aloe, and so forth and so on. So leaders spoke this morning. Leaders said it all. And let me just say this to this incompetent senator that Joseph. This coming 2023, we will be taking our leaders to the Senate. I, Jake Cycle, member of the Council of Petra, won't working in that capital building too. If my leader go there, my Petra, I won't be part of that staff too. I will do everything possible in my power to elect my leader into making the next member of Motorado in country. Thank you, Father.
Amen. Thank you very, very much. Let's take some more calls. But you don't like you step on the guy neck. One day he said, okay, for the sake of the audience, the listening audience, okay, Joey what defeated. Joey lost 2 elections. One as president, when he ran for president, one when he ran for vice president. He had to reduce his ambition to senator. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was massively flogged in 1997 by Charles Taylor. So don't come here be acting like nobody has lost an election. I lost 1 election. Yes. Most of the politicians you see around here who have run for office, they have lost elections themselves. So losing an election, sometimes you lose so you learn. You know, there is a quote that I love. They said, failure is not fatal. Success is not final. It is the courage to continue that matters, that counts. I will say it again. Failure is not fatal. I mean, it's not deadly. Failure is not fatal. Success is not final. It is the courage to continue that counts. When you lose in life, losing can help you learn so that you do not lose again. And you can fail. We will fail from time to time. We will fall, we will get up. You see, when a baby is learning how to walk, do you know how many times that baby trips and falls? Does that baby stop trying to learn how to walk? No. So when we are born, we have a natural innate capability within us to push ourselves, to pick ourselves up when we fall, to continue to move on. So people can fail. And I am glad that I lost the election. I am so happy that I lost the election. I'm happy. The reason I'm happy, and when I say it, sometimes people think I'm joking, but I actually mean it. That is not what God wanted for me. God had different plans. You know, as a child of God, sometimes we want something else for ourselves. But sometimes God has a whole different plan for your life.
Yeah.
If I had won that election as representative of District Number 6, Montserrat County, I can tell you for a fact, I would not be as influential, as powerful as I am today in Liberia. Be fair to yourself. Be fair. For once, even if you don't like Henry Costa, let me ask you this question. Take an average senator or an average representative. Compare his influence and power with that of Henry Costa. I'm not talking about the authority they have in the Senate where they can vote or what they can make. But in the national scheme of things in Liberia, take an average senator or an average representative. How many of them have the influence and the power that we have? The international recognition that we have. Let's be fair. You don't have to like Costa, but let's be fair. How many of those senators and lawmakers have the kind of international influence, recognition, and the kind of domestic clout and power that we have? The influence that we have. How many of them have it? Let's be fair. You don't have to like me. You don't have to be a fan. Because you see what God was doing? God felt that by going to the House of Representatives, it would have dimmed my light. And so God said, no, I don't want to dim your light. I want you to stay outside, be out on the stage and rise and grow and learn. Another thing, it would have affected my academic journey. Look at me today. This week, I have only 2 final papers to write, to complete. And once I'm done, I will have my master's degree. My GPA currently is 3.79. That is a cum laude GPA. I think cum laude or magna cum laude GPA. I'm almost at a 4. Yeah, I got 4.0 GPA. But my GPA currently, once the final grades are turned in, my GPA stands right now at 3.79. So you see, I'm about to get a master's degree. I have learned more stuff, not just academic stuff. God wanted me to develop more, to grow more. That is what God wanted me to do. So he didn't want me in the legislature at the time. It was not God's time. You cannot count the 5 most popular Liberians without counting Henry Costa among them. Amen. Let's be fair. Do a mental counting in your head. A mental count. Just count it in your head. The 5 most popular Liberians alive today. There is no way Henry Costa will not be among the 5 most popular. I am not tooting my own horn. I am not bragging. But I'm just saying this is what God wanted me to do. To stay out of the today. I'm so proud of myself. Oh God, what I have learned. I have learned to improve a lot of things about myself as a person. Not only academically, in dealing with people, in leadership, I have learned to do that. I have learned so much. And so it is a blessing that I did not win the representative seat. Today, I have a master's degree. Amen. I'm the first in my family to do that. I am proud of myself. My family is very proud of me. And the other things that I'm about to do, there is a project that God gave me that we're working on. If I had become a representative, that project, perhaps I would not have had it. I am so happy that I did not win. Look today, the guy who came 4th place in a district race is the one that is widely being supported, is trending, is the one that is leading in all the opinion polls to become senator of the entire county of 17 districts. Are you listening? The guy who could not win a representative seat 5 years ago is a guy today that hundreds of thousands of people are supporting to become senator. What does that tell you? It tells you that it was not God's plan for me to go to the house at the time. He has something bigger and better for me. Something bigger. Yeah, my GPA is 3.79 right now. 3.79 GPA. Let me look it up and see what kind of distinction is that? Is it cum laude? What is a 3.79 GPA? 3.79 GPA. Okay. What is it equivalent to? Okay. Oh, that's good. Wow. That is amazing. Hold on. I want to be sure. I don't want to check it from one source. I want to check it from multiple sources. So that is fun. That is fantastic. Oh wow. Yeah, that's cum laude. Cum laude. It's not magna cum laude from what I see here.
Something like that, man.
Yeah, okay. No. Okay. Yeah, that's very good. 3.8. So my GPA is 3.79. Yeah, so it's cum laude. It's cum laude. That's great. That is very good. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. I thank God for that. So I learned a lot. God wanted me to not be distracted by a position that early on. You see, when I get elected to the Senate, I'm 40 years old. Next year, I'll be 41 years old. Let's say I get elected next year. I'll be the youngest man in the Liberian Senate. That is a blessing. The youngest man in the Liberian Senate. It is a blessing. If that is what God wants for me. You see the way I am? I do the best I can and I leave the rest to God. That's how I am. That's why I don't envy anybody. That's why I'm not maliciously jealous of anybody, because I celebrate other people's successes. You understand? I'm happy for people when they earn their success and they do well. I'm happy for them. And you know, I know it's difficult to adopt that mentality, but it's a great mentality. And it is the kind of person that I am. So I'm grateful to God that I did not win. Look at the cost of today. Today I'm a better listener. I'm a better listener today. I listen to people. I'm a better leader. I needed to learn a lot of things. I want to tell you, not just things in the classroom, things that I taught in the classroom. I needed to learn to be a better listener. I needed to learn to be mature. I needed to learn to respect other people's views, even views that I find disagreeable, but to respect them. I needed to learn to be humble, to be humble. I needed to learn that. Emotional intelligence. I needed that. I say this to you. God has bigger things. Bigger things. That's what God has in store. And so we thank God. We're grateful to God. Thank you so much. God bless you all. May the Lord make it his face to shine upon you. May he lift it, his countenance upon you. Go ye forth and be fisher men. Accomplish great deeds. Prosper. Be kind to your fellow men. God bless you. Bye-bye.